Whoop, the dynamic duo!
All right, you ready?
Uh-huh.
Hey guys, welcome to the Dynamic Duo. I'm Franz.
I am Kevin. Welcome back to the Batcave, ladies and gentlemen, and the Avengers Tower. As you all can see, Captain America has the rest of the Avengers and the Marvel team backing him up. That is an awesome display of honor. And by the way, hello. No.
By the way, did you see my
Oh yeah,
lightsaber
I
back
see the lightsaber. You gotta have the lightsaber, man. Oh yeah. I
Listen,
told
actually,
you mine is on my nightstand. It's
there you
right
go.
across the room on my nightstand, and I absolutely love it.
I wanted to start the show on a different note. We have lots of topics to talk about today, but I wanted to start the show on a different note. I wanted to kind of publicly say what we've talked about privately. And I just wanted to express to you and to the world my absolute admiration for you as a person and as a man. As I've said many, many times to you, your courage, your your attitude on life is inspiring to me. One of the reasons why I enjoy doing this show as much as I do is because I look up to you. I admire you, and I just think the world of you. And you've gone through a lot of stuff in your life, and you've never let that stop you. And you recently went through yet another obstacle. You had a stroke that affected your ability to speak, and again, you didn't let that stop you. And that that's powerful. And it's inspirational. And I just wanted to say that to you both privately and publicly. And the second thing I want to do is I want to thank, listen, we don't have a lot of subscribers, we don't have a lot of people. And that's okay because we do this show, I think, primarily for the fun of it. But obviously we'd like to grow the channel as much as possible. And I just want to give a shout out to all the people that have been there for us. You have a huge community with you, Kevin, and these guys got your back. And you know, I know you want to do the same thing as well, but I just want to give a great shout out to the regulars that post. Victor is awesome. Cheryl, different people that post on the thread. So thank you guys for hanging in there with us and supporting us, even though we're sort of erratic. We don't do the shows on a regular basis. Again, this is primarily a fun thing. So go ahead, Kevin.
Well, allow me, if you will, partner, to thank you for the sentiment that you gave me. I feel it's way too much credit, but I thank you. And as I've said many, many times, from my end, you mean a hell of a lot to me. And a big portion of my successes and my fight comes from the energy that I get from you, from family, and from friends abroad. And like yourself, I want to thank all of those who have been there for the dynamic duo and
Yeah.
continue to be beyond everything. You all mean the world to us, and thank you.
All right, Kevin, we've got lots to talk about, and we don't have a lot of time to talk about it.
Right.
So let's start right off the bat. Deadpool, what did you think?
I liked the movie a lot. I really did. I thought the chemistry, of course, between Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman was dynamite. Most of the cameos I really thought were good. There were a few things about them that I was a little surprised and a little disappointed by. I expected to see James Marsden, Holly Berry, or even Femke Jensen from the original X-Men movies, but alas, no such luck. The movie was dynamite. I was literally jumping out of my chair, and I am not joking about that. It kept me on edge through the entire thing. The only negative, if I can say it at all, is that how can I put it? The story should have been somewhat stronger.
Mm.
The story of the overall storytelling to me was not as strong. Between the three Deadpool movies, I honestly feel that the storyline in the first one is still the strongest.
That so I'm torn, and I'll tell you why. I love the movie. I thought it was a great movie. I thought it was a perfect movie. I thought it was fun. I thought it was exciting. But I also thought it was not the perfect movie. I thought that there were things about it that made it not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think it's perfect, but I also think it's not perfect. What do I mean by that? I think it's perfect because, first of all, they did it. They brought Wolverine to the big screen as Wolverine for the first time. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, we got to see Wolverine. That's the most Wolverine performance that Hugh Jackman has ever done in all of his movies. Because Wolverine is not the guy with a glint in his eye, with a little smirk behind his eyes. No, Wolverine is rough, gruff, serious, animalistic, angry, and all these things. And when he's not angry, it's a controlled anger. Essentially, what Wolverine is a human fighting to control his animalistic side. Okay, he does it through sometimes. Well, anyway, that's who Wolverine is. And so we finally got Wolverine, but more than that, Kevin, we got Wolverine in his costume. And this is a big deal because, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit later because it's a big problem with me. But we finally got Wolverine in his costume. And so from the very beginning of the movie, and I'm watching Deadpool in that outfit, in that costume, and I dare say it's the best superhero to movie costume there is. It's authentic. It looks like Deadpool. It acts, feels. It's like comic book pages to life, but absolutely realistic, absolutely good, believable, and cool. They managed to do the same thing with Wolverine. The action sequences were terrific. They were fun. They were funny. They were awesome. It's a perfect blockbuster movie. And I feel bad because I don't want to nitpick something that I love. I don't want to nitpick something that I think is quote unquote perfect. But this is what we do in the show. I don't want to nitpick the movie. The movie has officially, by the way, has made me officially won the bet. You know the bet I'm talking about because because it has shattered all the records for rated R movie, and it's been hugely successful. It's hot. It's the in thing. So applause for Deadpool Wolverine, for Ryan Reynolds, for Hugh Jackman, for everything. So now, how is the movie not perfect? In my opinion, the movie's not perfect because it never crossed the line from funny to silly. The humor was always really funny. It made me laugh out loud. And it always kind of teetered and fit the mold. But there were certain things that I would have taken away from the movie to make it a better movie. So Parallax being a funny guy didn't bother me at all. And I'm going to accept we have usually when multiple people are trying to be funny, that's when the movie falls apart.
Mhm.
But Parallax being kind of funny, kind of a weird guy, kind of a making joke guy, I'll accept it because it never crossed the line and the performance was really good and actually funny. So I don't have a problem with it. Where I feel the movie, I'm not going to use the word fail, but didn't quite meet the full Top Gun's Maverick standard is where it lets its foot off the gas. Let me give you an example. When they go into the void,
Mhm.
we're in the void and we meet Johnny Storm. It should have been serious. It should have had a little bit more gravitas to me. It should have been, if I'm the director and I'm directing a film and now I'm in the void, I'm going full Mad Max. I'm making it a serious thing. The void is a serious thing. And they didn't quite do that. They didn't make it silly. They didn't make it Thor Ragnarok, but they didn't quite go very serious. And Johnny Storm, a quick example of that is Johnny Storm is, his powers get depleted, which I didn't like because they weakened Johnny Storm, even though it's not my Johnny Storm, it's the Fox Johnny Storm. But anyway, the Human Torch. But he falls and he falls in that funny way, and it's like, oh, yeah, it's not quite the gravitas that we needed to have. Then we go from little bit contradictions. We're in a void. It's a desert. It's a barren land. It's desperate, right? And they're basically Mad Max surviving it. And then Deadpool and Wolverine escape that little compound and they're walking around and it's perfectly green. It's like a beautiful landscape. So is the void a void or is it like a heaven? Because where they were could literally be interpreted as a beautiful world. It's heavenly. It's grass, it's trees, it's everything. When we get to meet the rebels, when we get to meet Elektra, when we get to meet Blade, cool moments. When we get to meet Gambit, very, very cool moments. And again, please understand, I am saying this movie is perfect. I'm saying that I like it. I'm saying, however, that one way that it could have been perfect and better is I would have tightened that up a little bit more. I would have made the gravitas a little bit more serious. You can have Deadpool as the funny guy, breaking the fourth wall, breaking the mood of the moment. You can have that. But I would have made the other performances a little bit real, a little bit heavier, a little bit more gritty. Let me tell you what I mean, and let me tell the audience what I mean. X-Men 97. X-Men 97, episode 5, and all the other episodes. That gravitas. So that gravitas when Gambit dies, okay? That gravitas of when the Prime Sentinel comes in and attacks Genosha. Imagine that gravitas in the void for Deadpool, okay? And imagine when they attack, while I love the action sequences, again, I'm not here to complain, I'm not here to put down, but imagine if it had been that way. And Kevin, imagine if we had death moments. I think a missed opportunity is, okay, you want to give the Fox characters a proper death. I think we could have dramatized that. We could have made it impactful the same way 97 did. The deaths in 97 episode 5, even characters you didn't know, they were like, oh my God. They were like, oh my God, he just died. When Nightcrawler comes and saves Rogue and Magneto, that action sequence is not just cool, it's meaningful, it's impactful. I'm saving you at the risk of my own life. It's heavy, it's beautiful, it's exciting, it connects to you emotionally. Deadpool didn't have that, and it could have had that. And the last sequence also, with the Deadpool core. Again, fun, exciting. I love that sequence. I absolutely love that sequence. I love the walkout. I love the way Wolverine fought the other people. I loved it all. I give it a, 10 out of 10 for what it is. But for what it could be, I give it an 8 out of 10. Because again, it could have been a little bit more significant. And I think that when you do that, when you combine that sort of real gravitas with Deadpool's humor, then it's a perfect combination because it plays with your emotions. So that's how I feel about the movie.
What I would have loved, just to back up your point, was one scene where Gambit does "The name is Gambit.
Remember it. Yeah.
I wanted that so bad.
Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. I watched 97 episode 5 with my nephews just last night, and it was the first time they had seen it. They hadn't even seen the X-Men 97 show, and at the end, I was like, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?" Top Gun, Mavericks had little exaggerated moments, little too perfect moments, like, your plane crashes and you're just around the area where there's other planes. That's unlikely. But Top Gun had those moments. It did. It did. It had those "I'm coming to get you," rescue, oh my God, yes moments. Deadpool and Wolverine had it, but not quite as much. Now, having said that, and I don't mean to contradict myself, and I don't think I am, there were some really cool scenes when Wolverine comes into that room where Deadpool is trying to save the universe, and he grabs his hand, and then he puts the claws into the machine, and the shirt rips off, and he was looking like Wolverine, bro. He looked good. That was cool to me. I love the movie. I absolutely love the movie. I'm gonna see it again. It's a very rewatchable movie. In fact, I want to watch it again because it's so cool to see. I just wish that it would have been a little bit more tight. That's all.